Hi, my name is Christian and I'm the founder and CEO of Smartico, and we help more than 300 newspaper publishers to make more money and more advertising revenues with their existing and new advertisers in digital. So we build profit centers and we are all about advertising revenue. And today I brought one idea that I wanted to share and that I'm totally convinced that would be a great idea to roll it out to all the small and medium-sized business that are currently using job boards and that are not happy with the performance that they get in terms of applicants using job boards. So what is it about? It's about social recruiting ads and reaching passive job seekers via social media ads that are not on job boards, because on job boards you just find the active searchers. So where are we? Yes, we are living in an employee first market. Employees have a great time right now. They can work from home, they can work from everywhere. They have less working time than ever before, and they can usually choose from a lot of different employers and have quite a good life. So there's obviously not so much need for them to change jobs all the time, which is why it becomes more and more difficult to reach those applicants. The markets offer less active job seekers, so it's more effort for all the employers to fill positions. The effectiveness of simple job ads, may it be print or online, keeps decreasing. And what do the big players in the market do? The job board titans like a Stepstone or an Indeed, they are buying programmatic and display advertising companies that help them to extend their reach from the active searchers that visit the job board towards the users that are just browsing the internet and that might then see a display ad. So they spend millions and tens of millions on that, and on the same side, at the same time, the employers have a hard time to really activate those passive job seekers. That leads, when you look at the bigger corporations, to more budgets going into employer branding, new budgets being found for active search and also headhunters, and big corporations and agencies start leaning more and more towards social recruiting. But the thing is, that's usually something works very well with expensive agencies, and we are easily talking about $5,000-$10,000 or pounds or euros to get a real decent social recruiting ad running. So that means it's rather for top level hires, it's rather for big companies, but not for the SMBs, the small and medium-sized business. And for us, the question was always, how can we leverage and unlock this potential? And this idea that I wanted to show you is exactly about that, about really addressing this iceberg of only 15% of people who are actively searching, and the rest is either only passively searching or not searching at all. Only 15% then reachable via job ads, and the rest need products like employer branding, referral programs, active search, follow ads. And when I look at the market over the last years, that can clearly be seen that the classic job ad, which is whatever at $1,000, stayed there and significantly increased budgets to fill a job opening, almost completely past the regional job boards. Because this $1,000 is still very hard to get, and it's still a tough sell to get the $1,000. While on the other hand, we have the extreme with the headhunters that are $10,000 plus, or make it euro or pound. But in between, there is a lot of movement. We have employee referral programs. We have those follow ads that I now showed with all those companies buying other companies. Everyone's moving up market away from the $1,000. They want to get more of the big chunk of business. And I think there is a sweet spot with the social recruiting where you can really get a lot of performance for a low price. But a low price of $4,000 is for an SMB like highest price. For a corporate, that might work. And I want to show you something how we can scale this social recruiting for SMBs, and what really is a great product to add to every news publisher. Now, when I'm talking about news publishers, I'm talking about the beauty of print ads that we can see here. So the challenge here is, how do we build attractive banners and ideally gamified landing pages with funnels and express applications based on this print? And the good thing is there are possibilities, and what we basically do and suggest is first take this print ad and really transform it using services like, for example, Smartico and others, and produce a real good display ad that can run on your website. That is the very first number one step, to say this is almost like a follow ad, because we have the regional targeting. We know that someone is searching for an applicant from a certain region where this regional newspaper is. We can really replicate that on the website. So that is the very first step, really get an ad on your own website. And then second step needs to be, we need to top that up with a channel that really gives us the performance, which is the social media recruiting, and then use the same service that you used, which took everything from the print, it enriched it with everything that you could find online, and let, for example, a Smartico build the perfect Facebook and Instagram ad out of this. That might look like this. And now it is about what happens if I'm clicking the ad. And here is really like gamification key, and express and ease of use. Because if I now just link that out to either the publisher's job board or I click it out to the website of this employer, I will probably get nowhere. But what we suggest to do is really add landing page that is a little bit gamified in an overlay, like an instant landing page, like we know it from Meta with the instant experience, like having something popping up in an overlay immediately. And you just take something out that was already on the print ad, like for example, the question, one short funnel, one short questionnaire. Which of the benefits sounds most interesting to you? Excellent opportunity to work outdoor, work with long established team, the good salary. So everything that was already in the print ad, you let them choose 1, 2, 3, or you even allow multi-choice, 3 of them, all of them is interesting. And if I then click on it again, we ask, how can we reach you? How can we send you more information about this? Give me your email, give me your name, and then we are sending it to the company that's putting out the job offer here. And with this, we saw that not only through the power of social recruiting ads, social media, we get the right people, because we suddenly have a conversion element here. We can really use the AI that's in Meta and in Smartico to really make sure we get the right users in the right region, relevant to this specific industry, relevant to this specific job, that then will apply. And we really see that that works very well, and we can generate like for $500 or $1,000 like 5 to 20 express applications like this, which is like a huge top up on the usual performance of job board ads. And we make sure that new applicants get directly delivered to the inbox of the employer without the employer having to do anything, taking care of their social media, having to take care of the creative, having to take care of the gamified questions. Everything is done for them by you via a service like Smartico. But in the end, you are the sender of the information. You as a publisher, you are the problem solver for getting more applicants to them. And that can become a very profitable business case instantly, because taking the current situation with a print and web job ad for whatever like $1,000, you can easily add the social recruiting and smart ad combination for, let's say, $500, but you can even make a bigger package. It just depends on the number of ad impressions you want to put in. Let's say for $500 or $1,000, you give them the regional branding on the news website with the display ad, with a guaranteed ad impression, the additional reach via social media, the full service that they don't have to take care about the creative or the landing page, and we give them an overall blended performance over all channels. We don't say what was coming from the website, the publisher website, what was coming from social media, but we give them like 5 or 20 express applications. It's an instant revenue chance per employer, and looking at the numbers which a typical newspaper does, there's an easy potential of having 100 ads per month, which means, like, do the math, gets easy to 600,000 new revenue per year. And if I continue doing the math there and take out the margins, it is roughly like 50% probably goes into budget for Facebook. And then from everything that we keep, there is a share between the service that does everything for you, including the reportings, including the sending out of all the information, which ends up at, without a lot of no operational overhead, but purely a sales challenge, a 200,000 potential new margin. But we could obviously even make it bigger if we say we don't sell 100 ads, we sell 200, 300, 400, 500. I think there is a huge chance to immediately make more revenue with social recruiting ads. And I think what we shouldn't underestimate is not only the pure new margin that we can get out of it, but it's also the effort that we have to put in, which is really low because it's a full service that we can offer here. And the other thing that we should really take into consideration, it gives us a great story to tell in sales. It is suddenly not anymore only about the job board, things that people heard for the last 20 years. It's about something new. Everyone is out there trying to sell them social recruiting. There are hundreds of those agencies out there, hundreds of agencies also in your zip code, and they are there. But if you can position yourself and have the same service, but you add an extra level to it, which is the full service when it comes to the ads and the landing page, when it comes to even the regional branding on your news website, I think that is an unbeatable offer, especially at that price, and I'm sure it can easily add at least $500,000 of revenue per year. And I would love to talk about this. So if you have any comments or ideas, or perhaps even see it a little differently, leave it in the comments or reach out to me. I'm more than happy to discuss this business case, and I'm really enthusiastic that this might be something that really adds value and revenue to your top and your bottom line this year. And looking forward to the discussions. Thanks for listening and see you soon.